How you been?
Yeah.
How you been?
I can't complain.
Can't complain?
I could, but
Yeah.
what's the point?
So I didn't introduce yourself.
I'm Hahn. I play Dredge Master, aka Mama Dredge, aka Voodoo Queen, aka that chick.
You can say a couple of this ones.
I'm Queen of Cargo. There we go. Cargo Queen.
Yeah, no, you can cuss me. Rosendo was throwing F-bombs. Way to go, Rosendo.
Yeah, way to go, buddy.
So I mean, hey, with a special guest,
Roscoe.
and another special guest. Come on in here. Come on in here. Introduce yourself, man.
Hey. What's your name?
Trayvon.
You have to say it loud.
Yes, yeah, loud and proud. Loud and proud.
Trayvon.
There you go.
Trayvon here is my brother, and his first year was last season, 2024.
Jit. Anyways, what year did you start?
2021.
2021.
Yes.
What did they start you off as when you first came?
The very first day. So when I got hired, it was on a Saturday. It was the 25th of September of 2021. I didn't start till say that following Wednesday.
Yeah.
When we were actually working on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
And the very
Oh,
first.
I miss those days.
Yes,
dude.
the very first character I played was Action Chef. They put me in the kitchen.
Chef.
in the
Wow.
galley.
Wow, they
Yes.
put you in galley. How'd that go?
Pretty good. It was a little hectic at first, a little scared, but the person I was in there with, he was an idiot, so it basically broke the ice.
Yeah. We've had multiple rosters come and go
Yes.
since I've been there since 2019. So I mean, if there's any time to say Unk status, it's Unk status and everything. And I've been doing this for about 8 seasons. Yeah.
Yep, this is my fifth coming up.
This will be my 8th. This will be my 8th season, and this will actually be Xander's 5th season too.
Really?
Yeah.
Me and Xander started the same year.
Y'all share a birthday.
Aww.
Wow. But
Twinsies.
But what got you working at the USS Nightmare?
That would be because Amanda
Amanda?
Pike. She, about a month beforehand, I was working at Wendy's, quit over toxic environments,
Yeah.
and I was depressed, and she got tired of me staying at home, laying in my bed. 9 times out of 10, I think my mom called her, because of me and
Yeah.
Amanda's been friends for over a decade.
Yeah.
So she came here before Hahn season, literally dragged me out of bed by my ear and told me to get dressed. I'm coming with her, and I ended up at the ship.
And then you've been there ever since?
I have, and they can't get rid of me.
They can't get rid of her.
No.
She's Queen Dredge.
Yes, and
Yeah.
fun fact, to actually solidify that role and title,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing my ancestry and found out that I'm related to a famous royal from 1,000 years ago, like Henry the First.
Wow.
So technically, me being queen is in my blood.
There you go, Queen Dredge. You could probably honestly put that into Dredge this year, this season and everything.
Oh, I'm planning on it. I'm about to incorporate.
Backstory, even more backstory to
Yes.
Dredge Master.
I'm actually planning on wearing the crown that Laura Taylor, the makeup artist, made me for Extreme Night through the
Okay.
season. And I'm also planning to just reinvent Dredge's new persona, new outfit, everything.
That's what a lot of us are probably doing during the off season. Me right now, I'm trying to. I've already talked about it, but I'm reinventing the whole elevator character, and then I'm pretty much gonna try and do a couple more characters that I can see if I can't get out there. I have a clown character coming soon, and there's I don't know what the other one would be good for. I think the other one would be good for maybe I'd say I don't know. Maybe Cargo, maybe? I have no idea.
You and Cargo and Dredge, that right there on the bridge for you.
With the barrel, yeah.
Yeah, on the bridge, and I pop out. We can actually get a few people.
Oh yeah. So
Sounds like a plan.
yeah, I'm trying to reinvent. I think everybody's trying to reinvent this year. I know Xander said something about him reinventing his character also this year and stuff. So I mean, we're all gonna get somewhere eventually. But
So I have a question for you.
gosh.
Out of all the places you've worked at, what is one that you haven't worked at that you want to work through this season? Or try to this season?
Like what, Hahn?
No.
Or like what scene?
What scene?
Oh, okay. There was one. If I could do like a one-time scene for this year. Chainsaw.
Chainsaw? That was actually going to be mine. That was going to be one. That, and also I want to work in the asylum.
Oh.
Because I think, because you really don't have to say anything, but that
You just gotta
say the first thing that comes to mind,
Yeah.
and I would love to do it, especially if I
Just gotta act crazy.
exactly my normal self on caffeine, of course.
And you too. So for anybody that hasn't been on the Nightmare, there's like, I guess it cuts into thirds. So there's 1/3 that's on the very very bottom of the boat and everything. That's like the first third of the house. That includes museum, elevator, night watchman, dredge, vampire, and all of them. And the second,
Cargo.
yeah, exactly. Second third is you pretty much have crew quarters. There's captain. There's Anna, clowns, pilot house. There's butcher. Then the last third of the house is your swamp, Gilly, Sparky, then lab. And
Very
then
dark
also
hallway.
Very dark hallways.
Yes. Very dark hallways.
And then obviously blacksmith, and you finish off with a good old fashioned. Thank God that we have a gas powered chainsaw.
Yes. If the fumes don't get you, the actors will.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I love the fumes though.
Back to the dark hallways. I cannot count the many of times I have walked into something because of the dark hallways. Since I've been there, I possibly have had at least about maybe 20 minor concussions.
Oh,
Head first. The rest is because of Terry.
We love you, Terry. What do you love about working like inside actual like haunted house? And it's actually haunted, by the way.
It is. There's a story with that one, with the actual haunting from my end.
Yeah.
But what I actually love about it is because even though I'm in makeup and costume and being somebody other than I am outside of the ship, it's the dynamic. Everybody's a family.
Yeah. Dysfunctional family.
Dysfunctional, yes, but everybody's a family. Like we're like all siblings.
Yeah.
And aunties and mamas, and this my second year I turned around and was like, how did I accumulate all these children and not realize it until after the fact? And just like Hahn actors, I've realized are the most kind-hearted and loving individuals.
Yeah.
And they don't judge because they've been there crazy.
Yeah. We're not actually assholes outside of the boat and everything. You come through. We're supposed to act like that. We're supposed to actually be like aggressive, all this kind of stuff. But outside, we're completely different people. Like we come from all walks of life and everything. I mean,
but some of us are still insane though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can attest to that side.
There's been some insane people that have worked there before, and yeah.
I can name quite a few people that are insane that still work there.
They're probably gonna get an interview at some point. Maybe, we'll see.
Maybe. It all depends.
What's one scare that has stood out to you from like all the years?
One scare, like that scared me, or me scaring the people?
You scaring the customers.
There was this one guy. It was like my second or third year. This guy was really, really tall. Like.
Oh gosh.
Like
you gotta love when you scare the absolute shit out of like grown men.
Right, this guy was like 6'6". Like he was tall.
Oh wow.
And I had to bend my neck up to look at him. Well, he was intoxicated. Basically. And I was standing behind my sandbox, and for people who don't know, it's an oil drum filled with sand. Basically, and I'm behind it, and there's a little section where I walk through.
Yeah.
And the guy comes in that section, and he's intoxicated, mind you, like I said.
Oh, God.
I look over, security's behind him. And he's just like in my face, cussing me out. And mind you, at this point, I was dealing with anger issues, like more than I normally am now.
Yeah.
But like heightened anger issues. And I look over and I make eye contact with the dude. And I was just like, if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to call the Knights of Hell on you. And he was like, F you, like, just being very nasty.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you're not about to do anything. And by that time, he goes and that motion sensor hit. And he was like, call them, the Knights of Hell ain't real, turn around. And there's 3 security guards behind me.
Oh, God.
And he turned around like, I'm going.
That's definitely a good scare. That's a real life scare though. That's like actually like, okay, oh God.
And
like,
yeah, that was my favorite scare because they got scared because I just stood there.
yeah.
Even though I take my job seriously, at least they thought. They was like, I just stood there and just stared at him. And he didn't, like, and them popping up when they did, understood that cue of it's time to stand up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and be that character. And he was like, yep, bye. And then last season, there was another one. Last season, this old lady walks through. And she's also intoxicated. Even though we get a lot of intoxicated people.
We are literally right next to like a bunch of bars.
Yes, and she's telling everybody, like, telling us that we stole her money and whatnot. Jaden comes over the bridge. And she turns around, and all I hear is, like, her running her mouth to me. She slaps me. Turn around, Jaden's there. It scared her, and she went around him and went backwards out the side, to the side door by Dredge.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have chased after her, and I would have thrown her into the river.
Yeah, see, I don't want to do that because it's a felony. And I like my job.
Well, it's self-defense.
I like my playground.
Yeah. But no, we get rowdy groups all the time, and I'll tell you what though, if the rowdy group has an RIP necklace or it's Extreme Weekend,
The maniacalness that I think of when you just said that number.
Yeah, no. The Extreme Tour and the RP Necklace are 2 different entities. Extreme Weekend is the final the final 2 weekends of our season. That's usually the first Friday and Saturday of November. And then RP Necklaces, you can get whatever throughout the entire season besides Extreme Tour because you're not safe during the Extreme Tour.
Extreme Tour, everybody's fair game.
Yeah. But during the regular season, we have the RP necklaces, which basically gets you into, I've said it before, escape rooms, and you get light touching and everything. But, man, when you see that necklace, you instantly go, you're boned.
Or, in my case, ooh, sacrifices.
Sacrifice!
Sacrifice!
But, yeah, no, it's so much fun and everything. Like, over the years, it's definitely like you grow a tolerance for it. Like, what's specifically one thing that you've grown a tolerance for over the course of your going on 5 seasons?
Idiots. When I first started, I had very thin tolerance, very thin patience.
For rowdy groups.
For anybody. For stupid people. Like, people, alright, I'm not saying everyone's stupid. I'm saying for the people that come in. See, normally, like, then I would have very low tolerance and I would just tell somebody off.
Yeah.
To get my point across. Now I'm like, take a breather. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
If you lose your job, actually the idea of losing my position on that ship kept me from going to jail multiple times.
Yeah. It's because we love that place so much. We don't want to actually like end up like getting fired or anything because like we love that place so much. It's a release from reality, and it's a well-needed release from reality.
Yeah. Well, most definitely, especially through the year with all the chaos from family and real life and
it's very screwed up therapy.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is. Even though I admit that I'm actually in therapy, Nightmare helps more than it does with the professionalism of the actual therapist. Yeah. But that's just my experience, not telling nobody not to go to therapy. Let me state that.
There are therapists that definitely help you, for sure.
But Nightmare and scaring the ship out of drunk folks is very therapeutic to me, especially dealing from childhood.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, targeting. I'll point out the one person that is super intoxicated, the whole group, and target after them.
Yes.
Like
110%.
Yes, and it's super therapeutic. So I'll go straight back to that person that was to me like that in childhood.
Yeah.
And just take it out on them.
Yeah. You definitely choose who you're about to absolutely mess up. But what she said, scaring the shit out of people, it's an inside thing with USS Nightmare and everything. We pretty much say it almost every single night, at least once, if not maybe a couple more times.
Or if somebody else has a very colorful language, they change the T.
Yeah.
Or change it to a T.
If you had one piece of advice for people who want to get into acting, or people who are just now getting into acting and stuff like that, and they're trying to survive their very first season, what advice would you give them?
Listen. Listen to the people that's been there longer. Listen to the advice and take it in consideration. And don't act like you know everything.
Yeah.
And
don't be a narcissist.
Yeah, don't. But well, there's the listening part. But
yeah.
If you want to go for it and you haven't done it, do it.
It's fun.
Just do it. Like, don't let your scare, like, don't let the fear of you putting yourself out there and thinking, oh my God, everyone's going to make fun of you, or if you don't have confidence, you do you. Like, if you want to do it, then do it. And whatever anybody else thinks, that's a them problem.
Yeah.
And that's the first piece of advice that I've actually received on the ship my first season.
Passing the knowledge.
Yes, from one of the former actors, Ox. Anybody from Nightmare knows Ox.
I know Ox, yeah.
Yeah, and his first thing like that he taught me was you do you. Screw what everyone else thinks. If they have an issue, that's a them problem, not a you thing, because you did what you did and you owned it.
And then you also have your people who you'll talk to, but you'll talk to pretty much almost everybody there and stuff. And I mean, to be honest with you, whatever negativity, put that in the back of your head. You're not here for a long time. You're here for a good time.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, that little voice telling you can't do nothing is not what I've learned, is not your voice. It's all those people that told you otherwise than not to do it. It's their voice.
Okay.
So don't listen to it.
But
And sacrifice all you can.
yeah, for sure. But no, it's all family at the end of the day. Haunted houses are just something that people, it might not be for absolutely everybody, but haunted houses is not for everybody. It's, if you feel like you can't finish the season, don't force yourself to. I mean, focus on yourself, obviously, but, if you feel like you can, do it. I guarantee you'll have a blast doing it. And I guarantee you'll be like, you know what? I don't know why I actually wanted to leave. I think I'm going to come back and be even better than this season and everything.
Yep. We're not saying it's not frustrating. God knows it's frustrating sometimes, especially dealing with large crowds coming through.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's something you love to do, so that just keeps us coming back. And it ties in with the therapy thing too. And Bale. So Mitch's wife had this saying that I learned. R.I.P. to Angel. That bail money's too expensive.
Yeah.
Scaring the shit out of people and get paid for it. Come on now. Like,
it's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
And if it was a career path, if it was like an actual career path and you had like all season long, you had all year long, and you were getting paid $18 an hour and stuff like that, screw every other job that there ever is, like construction jobs, like electrician jobs and everything like that. Like, that would be full time.
Yes. Same. we would lose our sanity. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, we lose sanity.
We will be so neurotic. We'll cross over to neurotic.
Yeah, no. It'd be pretty interesting though.
It would be interesting.
Especially on a boat.
Very interesting, and with all the characters. There was this one quote from Johnny Depp. When you come up with a bunch of characters, they stick with you.
Yeah.
Because the characters you create end up in your heart. And then when you're not playing that character, you end up doing something that reminds you of that character, and it'll put a smile to your face knowing that you created that entity.
Yeah.
So, Dredgy's with me. You can ask everybody. Dredgy's with me.
Yeah.
On the ship, off the ship, by the ship,
Yep.
near the ship. Like,
I mean, Ronan is with me 110%. Like, I have the makeup off now, but makeup goes on, you might want to run away.
yeah. See, same with that. But for like extra for me is I have a tendency of bringing Dredge out. I
Yeah.
compartmentalize Dredge to actually come out through the ears when I'm super angry.
Yeah.
So I'll just stare at somebody and just give them Dredge's like eyes.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What's going on with your eyes?" And I'm like, "Sacrifice. Sacrifice is due." And they're like, "Okay, leaving you alone."
Jeez, old Pete.
Especially with this one. My little brother, love him to death, but sibling rivalry is real. And there's many days I give him Dredge's eyes.
Yeah. On that note, it was nice having you on here. It really was.
Thank you.
I'm glad that we actually got to sit down and talk about,
Yes.
everything. And on that note, stay scary, y'all.